The big rumor yesterday was that De'Aaron Fox wants out of Sacramento, that his agent, Rich Paul, has told the Sacramento Kings, look, you're not going to be able to re-sign him in a year and a half. It might be in your best interest to look to move him while you still can. There are no shortage of suitors. The rumored desired destination for him is the San Antonio Spurs, which I think is really smart for him to pair up with Victor Wembanyama, who might very well dominate this league for 10 years running once he finds his feet and plays really well. There are so many, and it might all just be fake subterfuge BS. There's so many rumors out there about Fox and San Antonio, and what does it mean for Chris Paul?
Yeah.
Are the Miami Heat interested? Do they want Fox to go there? Is there some bigger Jimmy Butler deal that involves the Suns? Would Bradley Beal go to Sacramento?
Makes you go.
What about Julius Randle in Minnesota? There's a report today that Miami has been keeping their eye on Julius Randle.
Because
and they
trades
might be
have become
interested
so
in him.
hard to make between two teams.
And Kellen,
they've become way too hard to make.
And when he was in here earlier, I thought he made a really good point about that. Like with these tax aprons and as restrictive as they are, it is in these organizations' best interest to work together. To say, like, if there's a 3-team trade brewing for De'Aaron Fox in San Antonio, and you're the Suns and you want Jimmy Butler, or you're the Heat and you want off Jimmy Butler, it's worth it for you to call those 3 teams and say, hey, can we get in on that? Hey, can we all work together so we can all get what we want out of this? Whoever Miami wants, they get. Whoever the Suns want, they get. Whoever wants draft picks, they get them. Because it's so difficult to make moves and it's so restrictive. It really is in everyone's best self-interest as an organization for these teams to work together. It's not easy creating 4-team trades, 5-team trades, but everyone's trying to figure out if De'Aaron Fox, Jimmy Butler, Bradley Beal, Julius Randle, if it's all linked somehow with the trade deadline 1 week and 1 day away. It's a good thought.
And I was talking with Channing Frye the other day, and one of the points that he made to me was like, he's like, Gambo, like these salaries are a third of a team's salary cap. Like Bradley Beal is a third of your cap. Not everybody wants to go over the apron. Not every owner's Matt Ishbia willing to, do whatever it takes to try to win, right? There are like financial ramifications for a lot of organizations that they just don't want to cross those lines. When you start talking about $50 million on a player like the Bradley Beal contract, you're talking about a third of this, more than a third of what the salary cap is. I think the salary cap's like 140 or 145 this year.
Yeah.
It's a third of the money for one guy.
Yeah.
It becomes really, really difficult to find somebody to take on that type of salary.
It does. And so it behooves these teams. Now, is any of this true? I don't know. I believe De'Aaron Fox wanted to go to San Antonio. There have been enough people who have reported that, and you mentioned that yesterday as well. I believe that to be true. Can the other interested parties make something work? The interesting one to me is still, and it will always be, if the Suns can get in on this, it's still Bradley Beal, and where does he want to go and who wants him? I mean, at the end of the day, it's still everything else is a sideshow distraction when it comes to the Suns. The core issue has been, will always be, and will continue to be Bradley Beal. Who wants him and where does he want to go? Does Sacramento want him? Does he want to go there? Does Minnesota want him? Does he want to go there? Any conversation about the Suns' participation in some big 5-team mega deal blockbuster is solely 100% dictated by Bradley Beal's interest in whether he wants to play there or not.
I got a message from Sacramento not too long ago on one of those, one of the trade things that's out there with the Spurs getting Fox and the Suns getting Butler and the Kings and the Heat. And the message I got was, that makes little to no sense. Somebody's got too much time on their hands.
Wait, for what? What makes little to no sense?
It was the trade that had Butler going to the Suns, Fox going to the Spurs, Beal going to the Kings, Harrison Barnes going to the Heat.
I think that was an Evan Siddery.
It was an idea.
Creation.
And I respect, and Evan does a great job, and I respect people trying to find out what these things are. But, when you put something like out there, we can check. And Sacramento told me that it makes absolutely no sense to them for a trade like that. So, but everybody, Kevin O'Connor, Evan Siddery, everybody's trying to come up with these, what about this? What about that? What about this? And trying to see if they it's almost like playing GM. Can you make a deal work? The problem is when you start, 4 or 5 teams, all of them have to agree. If one of them doesn't want to do it, you're out. You got no deal. Start over from scratch. Mm-hmm. So that's what, 2-team trades, easy to make. 3, 4, 5-team trades, man, it becomes a lot more difficult.
It does, and I still believe the most difficult part of it is Bradley Beal's contract. I think it's hard. It's going to be really, really hard. So we'll see. Trade deadline is next Thursday at 1:00 in the afternoon. There's plenty more time for plenty more rumors. I think Jimmy Butler's going to get moved. I mean, you sent me,
right?
Oh, he's going to get moved somewhere. The price is going down. You sent me a screenshot about Philly maybe being interested. Milwaukee maybe being interested. I wouldn't be surprised at all if at some point, I'm just guessing here, by the end of this week or by Monday of next, that you come in here and say, Jimmy Butler's not coming to Phoenix. That's not going to happen. I'm just guessing. I think at some point you can't do it yet. No. I know you couldn't do it yesterday. I think at some point you will be able to do that. We're just not there yet.
Right. Because of
Beal.
Right.
Because of Beal's contract.
Yeah. Mark Stein, Bucks are a team to watch for Butler. A guy named Vince Goodwill, I've heard the Philly could be a suitor for Butler. There's so much Butler stuff out there.
Thanks for watching Burns and Gambo. Click to see more from the guys and hit the button in the middle to subscribe so you never miss a video from Arizona sports.